Hey team, how we going? It is Kaz and Lauren, and we're here for yet another stream about a flavour of many things we speak about. And today is going to be about 8 Platoon as they get ready to have their last meal before they go to the land of, what would you call it? Ham steak as thick as a sole of a boot for breakfast, boot camp. Lauren,
Yep.
we've got a fair few people here already. We've already seen a member come in. It was really rad the way he did it.
It was rad.
Let's throw rad straight away some Kraken because it's our favourite, pretty much. One sec. I'm pressing the button. Where are you, damn Kraken? I can hear it. There we are. It's on me. I've switched sides, but not sexuality, you two, team.
Feed him a mother-in-law. That should make him happy. Welcome, Murray.
Thank you very much, Rad. Great to have you here and part of the family. Guys and gals, Austin Cram, Lightfoot, Drunk Irishman. We've got Drunk Aussie as well. We've got the Vixen Extra Large here. Nothing wrong with a bit of marbling, mate. Tight bike pants, whatever it is. Skippy. Lauren, can you use your lovely voice to just strip down through these amazing people, please?
Yep, George Giuliano's here. Skippy the Bush Kangaroo says, G'day, Skip. James Buntain has been here since the get-go. Major Benson Wilfred Payne is here.
A little pressure.
Stephen Webb. We've got all the usuals, I think, in the moderators. We've got Rob and Jay is here. And I think I saw Daz zooming around in his Hyundai before.
Top speed, going 30 k's an hour, trying to break the speed limit in a school zone, but didn't achieve it.
Exactly. JP is here, so if any of you have sniper questions, he's the person to direct them to. Matt Doug is here. Now, Alex G, I believe, is off very, very soon. I think he's going tomorrow.
Mañana.
Very exciting.
Let's see if you're in the book, Alex.
Yep. And then while you've got the book out, we need to put Matt Doug in. He's going on the 6th of April.
We've got so many that are going tomorrow. I'm about to read that out in a minute because tonight is dedicated to those that are going to go tomorrow to be in the running for the first person to quit.
Oh.
There's a quitter. There's always a quitter. There's always a quitter.
Hopefully they're not out.
It won't be someone from the channel, but it'll definitely be someone. There's always someone that quits. This is not the recipients that are going tomorrow, team. This is not something that I gathered earlier and got them all into one spot, including the feminist. And nice of the Queen, stand fast to show a face. But what I am going to do is right now read out who is dedicated to for tomorrow. And thank you very much for your participation. If you didn't see the video yesterday that we put out on National Service for Australia, to catch our youth before they fall further, then check it out and have an opinion below, but not if you're using your real name. So we're going to call tomorrow 8 Platoon. In there is Jetty Boy. We've got Tyson in there. We've got BB Ace. We've got Kyle. We've got Much with a New Zealand accent. We've got Epvillian. We've got Nicholas 1234. We've got Freeze. We've got Chrissy Pavlos. We've got Aaron. We've got Robbie Townsend. We've got Brad. We've got Emma. We've got Good Camo, and we've got Nathan. I believe they're all going tomorrow, and there may even be a few more here as well. Simon's here. Simon, I need to bring you that damn butt that I've got just here.
Maybe he can bring you something back, like a special delivery from his truck.
That's a good point. He gurgles horse contraband for making smaller horses. This one's for you. Oops, the better half. Oh, it does. I didn't even use the pull. I just put a hole through it with my finger strength.
Sure.
So tomorrow, we've got a whole bunch of people. There's already people at the moment watching this from hotels around Australia that have done their oath of affirmation today. Oath of affirmation, Queen, okay, or on God, for God, to swear to give themselves and their pledge and their name, family name, to follow the footsteps of the Anzacs into whatever peril it takes them into. until some of them still quit their dream job tomorrow. But you know what? Sometimes we're not as resilient as we think we are. Sometimes people didn't come to In the Trenches with Kaz and get what they needed to prepare them for the rigours. And it's not like the movies. And we're about to show you something in a minute from Jameson's travels. We're going to do a reaction to his reaction. And then we're going to watch a video after that, which will be playing in the background of something fantastic dedicated to the lovely Lauren, who is shining even in a cloudy day.
That's right.
Miss Lauren, we've got Diesel Duck.
Yeah, I'm up here in the comments if you want me to continue.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you put Matt Doug in the book on the 6th of April?
Maddie Doug. Maddie, you'll be digging. 6th of April. Don't worry too much, team. If you're after March, because we're going to keep doing these for you. And again, remember, this is tonight for Jetty Boy, for Tyson, for BC, for Kyle, for Mitch, for Ephilion, to Nicholas 1234, Cage, to Freeze, Chris Pavlos. We've got, I believe, Aaron, Rod, Brad, Emma, Good Camo, and Nathan. Maybe also be going there if I've stacked them beside the right names. So that's fantastic. And they're going to get to know each other in the next 24 hours. Brothers and sisters in the same platoon. You know, organised. What's going to be your secret squirrel way of going, I'm over here in the trenches with Kaz? You know, are you going to walk up? If you're watching this right now and you're joining tomorrow, you can literally walk over to people you've never met in your life and go, I think you're the one that's going to quit. I think it's you.
You know, they could just crack a Kraken joke or do a sneaky Mutsu cow and see who responds.
Do that so you do a mobile oath or affirmation.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably not. Is that Bug Duck?
Yeah, Big Deck is new here. Hi, welcome.
Great to have you here, Bug Duck, as they say in New Zealand.
Nitro Fee is here. Fiona made it to the start of the stream. Well done, lady.
Hey, Fee, good to have you here. Guys and gals, this is really important. We've got people that are about to completely change not just their life, but their legacy for their family name. Remembering what I always say about that. Your name is going to be on your shirt across the chest, actually. You know, for the guys and girls that go. Ladies, we're looking at your name, not necessarily what's your mother's given you. You need to remember that you're wearing your name with pride, unless it's Smith, because that's pretty common. You know, I don't know what that girl did, but when she was born, holy shit, she had some kids, more than Genghis Khan. There's Smiths everywhere, and there's a Smith in every platoon. But I digress. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, tomorrow life starts for these people, and some may be in for 4 years, some may be for 2, some may be in for 40, someone may get a VC, Victoria Cross, someone, okay, might end up being a Minister for Defence or the Chief of the Army. We don't know.
You don't know?
You just don't know. So you treat every single person like the piece of shit-coloured clay they are until they turn themselves in a version of them. We're going to play a video very quickly. And Alex, great to have you here, mate. If you're going tomorrow, is Alex going to Facebook and join this group? I wouldn't worry about that. Stay off Kapooka. If you're going in the army, just don't go on Facebook.
Yeah,
it's not in your best interest. Don't try and get to know each other too early. This is about all you need. Guys and gals, we're going to do a reaction to a reaction video, if that makes sense. Jameson Travels, you probably heard of him. He's a Marine in America, a no bullshit kind of guy. You know, and what we're going to do is we're going to watch what happens in a shark attack, which is what happens in the US Army, but not anymore, as quotas have crept in, as standards have dropped, as soldiers have got political. But what I wanted to say is this is what you see in the movies, but it's not what happens at Kapooka. And when you see this, you're probably going to think this is what I thought was going to happen tomorrow, but it's not. And I'll explain it to you. I can't talk much. This goes for about 13 minutes. We're going to watch it. We're going to enjoy it. I'll say some little things there that might be the funniest comment you've ever heard in your life while we're going along, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. So enjoy this video and subscribe to Jameson Travels channel, because he does a fantastic job and he is as dry
It's a good channel.
as a pair of bush undies. Let's dry.
Why the Army canceled the shark attack. The excuses continue. Let's go.
He's too fat to be in, that black boy.
That is one big doughboy. He needs the shark attack. My lord.
Why are you switching back? Pick the right one up and put it on your damn head. Do you understand?
Remember that guy right there.
This
This way! Let's move!
is the shark attack,
Get off there! Get off there!
a mandatory rite of passage for every future U.S. Army soldier on day one of basic training.
Good! Good! Good!
All they're doing is breaking them down, team.
Now, to me, I don't even know why they call it the shark attack. It seems just like welcome to boot camp. We're telling you what to do, trying to get it done fast and limited amount of training. So we're yelling at you. You're not doing it right. You need to get into shape as we saw. We're giving you some extra PT. I don't even see why this isn't an event. In other words, they should be treating them that way the entire time until they get more acclimated to how to do things.
At least it used to be.
You're a tough guy. Don't move! Do something! Do something! That's what I thought!
In September,
Be careful
the
saying
Army
that to
announced
people,
that
Tim.
the shark attack will no longer take place.
This year, we developed a new training event
Oh,
for
this
our
guy.
initial entry soldiers.
Let's go!
Instead, the shark attack has been replaced by what you see here.
Whoa! Hey!
An event called the First 100 Yards.
I think there was a time and a place for the shark attack.
It's now.
We already know it's a cultural thing, but I think we can make this better.
Right there! Right there! Look at
These recruits are so new. They need to be a wake-up call, number one. Need to be told what to do. Some of them aren't used to paying attention. I don't really find this to be offensive. I don't know what they could do better when you got brand new recruits. They're fresh in boot camp. They need to learn to listen. This is a good event.
Business Insider recorded this footage of a shark attack inside Fort Benning in February, showing future soldiers beginning their training in the armor school.
You know, we're breaking a lot of habits from the civilian world, and nothing better than a little shock to the system to let us start our training.
Yeah, exactly. They got to get there and move quick. This training can't be a year. So the events have to be timed. The cycles, the evolutions have to be very specific. Can't have people say,
They
well,
won't
I'm
make
gonna
you
take my
run in
time, I
a
get a sore
face mask,
shoulder,
team.
I'm not in shape. That's the whole point, is to get people in shape fast enough to get them out, to get the government's money's worth.
Decided to join the army and you can't pick that back up.
With the Army's announced change, this may be some of the last footage of a shark attack to ever be recorded.
Why can't you follow simple instructions?
And according to the Army, when this footage was recorded in February, the plan to transition away from the shark attack was already in motion.
Don't change something if it ain't broken, team. You've heard it before. You don't do it. This is to put everyone,
Fortenberry said he
colour,
began
creed,
to
gender, in
reevaluate
exactly
the
the same
shark
position,
attack at the
communally
request of
against
his
the
superior
staff.
officer.
He said, Rob, what do you think about the shark attack? And I'm like, sir, I've struggled with that thing my whole career because it doesn't speak to an all-volunteer force.
He's a politician, you can tell.
Shut your mouth.
I disagree with him. He's going to reference back to the draft. I understand. But we've got a lot of kids that have been raised by single parents or no parents on a computer, don't have a lot of interaction like people typically did, right? Especially with what's going on in the world. Maybe they've been in their house for a year. They need a wake-up call.
They
They
need
need,
saving.
they didn't play sports and they got yelled at by their coach and he snatched your face mask and said, listen up, son.
Loyalty, duty, honor, selfless service. And the shark attack was completely counterintuitive to that.
You are told to pick up the life flag.
These instructors don't
I
hate
just
you.
don't see how that's counterintuitive. He's talking about unicorn tears and these terms. You've got a bunch of young, raw kids. A lot of them today have been brought up on a computer. They haven't been told no. It's a big variation of people. They all need to have a standard to listen. Now, I'm not saying they should do this for the whole time of boot camp, but in the beginning, it's kind of like, hey, wake up, pay attention. It's the cold water dumped on you in the summer.
I'll be explaining
So,
what
how
happens in
did
Australia
this
soon.
become a regular part of Army training?
In the early 60s, we were not a volunteer army, we were a draft army. So you had people that had no desire to ever be a part of the service that were drafted into the military to serve in Vietnam. There was dominance that needed to be established early on to really kind of weed out the less than desirables, or quite honestly, those that might turn against the drill sergeants as they were going through training.
The draft era ended in 1973, and the Army returned to being an all-volunteer force. But the shark attack remained an undocumented part of basic training.
Exactly right,
I don't
Mustafa.
think it mattered that the draft ended. There was a lot of guys I knew in the military that went in for other reasons besides wanting to be in the military. College, they wanted a job, they wanted to get out of their shitty town. Didn't necessarily want to be in the military, but that was their only option. So I don't know that flies with most people that the draft is why the shark attack came into effect. Talk to some people pre-Vietnam. There was similar type of training where you got yelled at. People weren't nice to you.
Why are you moving? Why are you moving?
It has never been written down in any historical document. So it's literally been tribal lore and just passed on from generation to generation.
This
and I
guy's
think
a
that's
cuckold.
really important.
All your eyes again.
Yeah, it hasn't been written down that drill instructors yell at you or tell you what to do or call you foul names. I mean, I don't
They do
get
it because
his
it
point.
works.
And he did this in the other video. He kind of talks in circles. He's a politician now.
What was it designed to do? What were the outcomes of the shark attack?
Let's hear
and
this.
it's almost a trick question because I did my homework and it's not codified anywhere. There are no outcomes for a shark attack.
Yes, there is. It breaks you down.
Let me
It
tell
makes
what
you all
outcome
part of the
is,
same
Sergeant
shoal
Major,
of
since you
fish.
forgot when you were the shark attack. The outcome is they get a little adrenaline rush. They realize they got to move faster. They realize they need to listen to their drill instructors. They realize they maybe need to do things exactly when told and nothing else. That's the outcome. It's the beginning of boot camp. I don't understand why this is so hard to grasp of the Army now.
It doesn't offend you when you're in that position either. You're a
Aside
volunteer.
from
You're
the
there
yelling,
because you want it.
One of the basic components of a shark attack is trainees being ordered to lift and hold their duffel bags above their
Big
heads.
deal.
It was mass punishment, so there was nothing to achieve.
Okay, that's not punishment. We become total snowflakes. You're holding a sea bag above your head. It's PT. It's CrossFit. Like, people go to the gym to do this kind of stuff. They haul a tire. They hold shit above their head. It's no different. I don't. It's not mass punishment. I don't know what's happened to the military. I guess I do. But
There was nothing to gain. It was survival. Just survive. Just whatever was getting thrown at you. It didn't result in any success or failure. It was just survive. Just survive. Just getting screamed at.
Just don't quit.
Yes, it was, and that was a useful tool. And that was a useful tool. Does he regret having the shark attack? Would he want his son? Would he want his getting softer training? Getting softer training. That's my question. His son to make it deployed, to fill in the blank spot. Getting softer training. Getting softer training. I guarantee the answer. I guarantee the answer. He's being told by whatever colonel. This is what we're passing. This is what we're passing. When you get interviewed. When you get interviewed. Comply or else, buddy. Comply or else, buddy.
It's almost like the shark attack allowed you for that moment in time to not treat somebody with dignity and respect. That's a great example. How it betrays the trust. And I'm going to.
Okay, team, we'll have a look at that because it appears that the sound is going down a little bit. The audio weird for you guys too. Lots of echoes. I'm wondering if the gremlins have come in. Once it goes to here, we'll see. Can we do a sound check? Okay, that should be a bit better. Okay, guys, the reason... We'll do a quick sound check. Can we get some thumbs up there if it's good or not? And sorry, team, if it is. Hey, Gav, how you going, mate? The voices in my head are repeating. Is it okay now? Team, I'll continue like it's fine. Okay, guys and gals, basically what you're seeing there is a completely different military with a completely different enlistment philosophy, but it's very similar to the Australians in a way. What you will not see is Australian soldiers, instructors, section commanders wearing different clothing to you. If you're wearing body armor, they're wearing body armor. If you're wearing webbing, fighting equipment, they'll be wearing it too. If you're wearing a pack, they'll be wearing a pack. We don't just stand there and walk around just yelling at you, but what we will do is give you tasks, make it quite clear, and maybe only say it once, and then give you direct movement, not enough time to do it. Then you fail, and then we catch you up on it, and then before you know it, you're trying to just survive within your mind, remembering, what do they want me to do? Then you forget about home. You don't want to stand out because you don't want to get everyone in trouble, and you don't want to look like an idiot in front of your peers. So before you know it, you start to conform. You're there by choice. You don't want to not be the grey man at first. Okay, and what will happen is the instructors will be the opposite of personal with you. They're not there to be your friend, but they're not your enemy either, and we want you to succeed. Always remember that this is a game show. We're going to present things to you that make you feel like you're living in an alternative world, which you're not. Okay, and from there what it'll do, it will make a common enemy out of the staff, out of the mission. Okay, but it'll make you bond with those around you that wouldn't normally be called friend by you. Hey, Samuel Mason, there you go, mate. Samuel Mason's just thrown a membership there.
Oh, welcome.
Great to have you here and part of the team, mate.
Yep.
Samuel, sorry?
You're doing Kraken, sorry.
I'll throw the Kraken to him.
Yep.
I'll throw the Kraken. Where are we?
Yep, because then we need to get the book back out.
Yeah. Did people have the feeling that when they were watching that was what it was like in Australia at basic training?
There was something
Feed him a mother-in-law. That should make him happy.
No.
Welcome, calamari.
I'll explain in a little bit what it is like, but okay. Sorry, Lauren, what were you going to say? Have we got someone else for tomorrow?
Yeah, not for tomorrow, but I've got some more folks for the book.
Okay, whereabouts?
Okay, we've got Diesel Dark.
Yep.
And he wants to know if he got placed in the book for the 17th of July.
June, July. Yes, he did.
There was someone, what was his name? Spray Tans? Oh, no, sorry.
Good name.
No, it's not. It's Satan's Finest, but it's the way it's spelled. I apologise profusely.
What day?
His enlistment date is next Monday, the 15th.
Okay, the 15th. Okay.
Yeah.
Satan's Finest.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people going in then. We've got Skinner Mate, we've got Reese, we've got Jacob, we've got Mayfield, we've got Corey, we've got Red Ninja, we've got Satan's Finest, we've got Lucas Ship joining the Navy, and we've got JJ being the Submariner where no one can hear him scream. Okay.
Oh, JJ's off soon then, is he?
Yeah, the channel's getting smaller and smaller as everyone successfully gets into their dream role and doesn't quit. And remember, the title of tonight is Australian Army 8 Platoon to Kapooka tomorrow. Who will quit first? Because I guarantee the people that are joining tomorrow are going to see someone quit.
Yep. Oh, we've also got a new sub.
Excellent.
Not today, but he said he's a new sub. Where is he? Gingermetric something.
That's a good name.
It's a great name, but I can't quite find him now. But if you see a Gingermetric pop up, he's a new sub.
And we've got Peter Cram down here too. G'day, Pete. How you going? Can we get some thumbs up for the new people in the channel? And this is your time to subscribe, team, to the channel that is here for you before, during, and after military, police, fire brigade, whatever. But also here to help you as a channel that gives you a voice, a platform from Australia that can give you something that is basically free whenever you want. The Forever Channel with Kaz and Lauren.
And we prefer your thumbs up in lots of 3.
That is fake news.
Big Deck says he enlists next Monday, but only for reserves. That still counts, doesn't it?
Yes, of course it does.
Yeah.
Look, guys, I don't look down on Army Reserve. I see it as it is something that you've chose because you couldn't commit to a full-time military position because of the studies that you're following, because of family commitments, or because of some other reason why you couldn't totally commit to the regular army at this point in time. And it's a fantastic thing for entrepreneurs as well to have as, hey, I'm going to go and do that to get my fix of mateship, friendship, in the absence of that in your civilian role. That's fantastic. Do it. I recommend it. especially to cops. Yep.
Yeah, 2 nights ago, Gingermetric Gaming joined. He's trying to get into the ADF from South Africa.
South Africa, the people that tell the truth all the time. Do I look fat in these jeans? Yes. Fiona's saying, what is the reason why they are quitting for at basic? Normally it is just psychological weakness.
Yeah, I think it may be not being prepared or
Just quitters.
realistic ideas of what's probably for not being on the channel.
Instagram soldiers.
Yeah,
Yep.
having some glamorous idea of what it's like, and then they get there and realise it's actually hard work and you're not special.
But I tell you, we can't echo this enough, that the instructors aren't against you, and neither is the platoon. You turn up there with 100 points, like every other person, and the only way you can lose them is normally attitude. If you fail something, your people will come around you, put a wing around you and look after you. Okay, if you be a dickhead, if you be Jack, if you try to go it alone, you know, if you start back answering, getting people in trouble, you turned up completely unfit, always have an excuse, mouth off, you know, always take ages, slow everyone else down, you are the slowest person, it's not good for you.
No, it's right.
But that would be the same if you're a tradie.
Yeah, good night, Mr. P.
Good night, Mr. P.
Yeah, have a good sleep. There's a couple of questions here.
Yeah, let's go. I've got this up in the background for you, Lauren.
Okay.
Everyone loves a bit of medieval combat.
Yeah, I really do. Okay, the Sworn Defender wanted to know, hey Kaz, can you shed any light on if I will have any issues getting in with carpal tunnel syndrome?
Well, I'd imagine you would.
Yeah.
But that's going to come out in the assessment phase of enlistment when they do the medical and psychological screening, which is the second component of the enlistment process.
Yeah. It might actually affect you. I mean, if it affects you, it might actually, you know, not be a great thing for you. You might really hurt yourself.
Team, you don't want to be crippled by something. No. You know, we've already got Josh Shatrock that worked in the prison system, got to the School of Infantry, hurt his back, didn't tell anyone about it and continued to train, and now he's getting back surgery out of the army. Yeah. That's devastating. And that was after he had helped in the fires last year on Kangaroo Island. Yeah. An amazing young kid.
Diesel Duck fan has a question. Hey Kaz, does shark attack happen at Kapooka, or is there anything close to it? Sorry if this is a dumb question. It's not a dumb question. It's something you're interested in, and that's what Kaz is here for.
That's right. And Diesel Duck, there's people, so many people from our channel that are here right now that might be watching for a hotel room after already doing oath of affirmation, not putting their hand on a 45-degree angle because it'd make them too far right wing. And the question is, no, there's not a shark attack, but there is assertive conversation where you have no ability to talk back. And when you do talk back, remember you're going to do things like the door knock procedure. When you go and talk to a commander, you're going to go up there and knock on the door nice and firm. You're going to wait there and then you're going to say, okay, recruit Caswell wishing to speak to Corporal Pyre Corporal. And that sounds so easy. Let's say it again with Mr. Buckaroony. Knock. Corporal. Or recruit Mr. Buckaroony wishing to speak to Corporal Pyre Corporal. And then you just stay there, look straight ahead, nod at them, and then they'll eventually turn around and go, yes, mate, can we help you? You know, you don't need to ask for anything. You just do what you're told, and they will tell you when you're going to get some sort of relief, phones, etc. But through casual conversation, when they see you look like you're as old as a sandbag that's been left in salt water and then put on a steel tin roof in bloody Burke, then they might come up to you and go, mate, you got a family? You got kids? All right. They will look after people a little bit better that are older because they will pay that back in wisdom and maturity when there's no corporals around. Okay, corporal is the rank, okay, that you'll call 99% of people that are wearing a uniform that are not a bloody recruit. Then there's sergeants, 3 stripes, and anything up here, okay, officers, or on the chest there's an officer. You just call them sir. Every single one of them is sir. You can't really go wrong unless there's someone from artillery and they're freaks. They're going to be bombardier or lance bombardier. You won't meet a lance bombardier. But there you go.
Okay, I've got another question if you're up for it.
Yeah.
Okay, Jacinta F has said, hey Kaz, I want to ask about the fit prep. I got 24 push-ups and 48 sit-ups and got 6.8 on the beak test, so I need to practice that. I'll be training, but will doing fit prep affect next negatively? I think she means her negatively.
Absolutely it will, and so it should. Because fit prep shows that you either one cannot get yourself to a standard that is, below the standard required, but it means it's almost like a special treatment. If you can do 24 push-ups and you can do the sit-ups and your run is off by one, I suggest you just get off your butt and get out there and do some time running. Do not let them beat you and allow you to go into something that looks like victim mentality or identity politics. You're using that for a political pass go. Yeah. Don't do it, mate.
I understand the temptation, but you will probably regret it. To the achievement you'll feel to actually get up and do it yourself. Look at what Nitro Fee, who's a lady who's joining, was saying before. She's just got herself a trainer who's ex-army, and she's training hard. She is training her butt off to be able to do it. And the sense of pride that she's going to feel may catch up on you if you take the fit prep.
We had the lovely Kirsten at one stage that had considered the fit prep, and now her fitness levels on all metrics are almost double what she was at, because she thought to herself, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
And then she broke all the PBs, absolutely smashed it at the PFA on the same day that her lovely little daughter, which I won't say her name, got a merit award. So that was a double victory for the girls of that family.
And we have so much respect for her for doing that.
Absolutely. You never want to stand out in the military as far as either getting special treatment because of gender or because of colour, religion, etc. The whole thing about military is everyone should be equal, which is the reason why they shouldn't even have a girls' standard. There should only be the men's standard. I'll explain something to you. When I joined the military, it was 8 chin-ups or back squat. Back squat, if you couldn't do 8 chin-ups. And that was in the first couple of weeks. If you did that now, you'd lose 85% of a platoon. We also did 15-kilometre pack marches at Kapooka. We also did BFAs. All of these things, if you failed, you were back squatted. Now, none of that is at Kapooka, and they're trying to make it even easier. We've got to be very careful that what we don't do is completely desaturate the standards, and then one day we meet the worst day of our life as a military member in a foreign country, and those standards degrading, then get called into question. All the necessary questions get asked by the threat at hand, whether that be natural, man-made, or a combination of both. That's why I say be army fit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. She said, I appreciate you answering the question. Going to keep training and just retry the fitness test in a couple of weeks.
Good on you, mate. Excellent.
Yeah, good on you. You really, really won't regret that, but you might regret taking the fit prep, because at the end of your training, you're going to be in a job, and that job is going to require that level of fitness. So you're not really doing yourself any favours by doing that. So you train hard, lady, and let us know how it goes.
Yep, and we see the PFA is different. Every time people turn up, there's some people where the PDI will go, nope, I want to see maximum they can do. So don't think that you get there and just get to do 15 and stand up. You should be aiming to do as many as you can possibly do. Try to do 1,000. You probably won't get 1,000 done. But then they will tell you, okay, stand up. We get the picture, you can do it. If you go there just trying to reach a figure that you think is 8 or is 15, and that's what you can do, and then you hear, don't count that one, don't count that one, don't count that one, Okay, you might end up doing 2, and that could cost you an entire career. So use the tools I've got out there, the cadence push-up tools for form. Record yourself with a mobile phone and watch it from different angles to see if you go down all the way, especially if you're big-breasted. That goes for men and women.
Form matters, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
You know, and stick to the channel and let us know how you're going. And if you have bad days, let us know, because we're here to support you. We're here to help you. You know, and we want to see you succeed.
That's it. And we do want you to succeed, and people are paying a lot of money for you to succeed. For those that are new to the channel that don't know, I was also a fitness leader in the Army, and I took more than 3,000 lessons. I know what the Army is looking for. I know the standards that are required, and I know what my standards were and what I look down on. Okay, so guys, you know, that is one of the best ways that you can stand out from the pack is physically. You know, when we were talking about the shark attack before, in Australia, there's going to be a lot of times where instructors, session commanders, are doing things in a passive manner that may be deliberately there to showcase what they're good at, to show you they're more mature, they know how to do their job, you know, very, very well, which is the reason why they're an instructor, session commander at an institutional location to make you the best version of you. But the way I used to win over the fit guys or the tough guys was I was there with Brad Percy, one of the best leaders I've ever been around. He could be an officer like that, and he's a really good-looking guy. I was also around Holmesy, which was another great mate of ours, and now he's in the Finks Motorcycle Club. There was Paddy Andrews, who does demolitions in open-cut mining in North Queensland, and all we used to do was fitness in front of them and show them that we were fitter than them, without actually challenging them to it, and then also having wit and a sense of humour, but then turn around and be assertive with them, but share the funny moments. Another thing I used to have was a trick. I don't know if you knew this, Lauren.
Okay.
I used to give an award that I used to pay for, which was an Australian flag. I didn't know I could get them for free from the council. And basically what it was, I would give that as an award at the end of the platoon for the most Australian and best mateship person within a platoon. So they don't have to win a single thing during the entire platoon, but they would get a folded Australian flag to hang in their room when they get to their gaining location. Their family gets to see them get. It was a beautiful award to give to someone to make them feel special. Yeah.
Okay. That's really good. That's nice of you. You're very generous like that.
I wish I got one back.
Oh.
Oops.
Oh, Ivan's
What
here.
the hell just happened? What just happened?
What does it look like? What happened?
Huh? I don't know. There's all sorts of weird shit going on everywhere. That just went out random.
Yep. Your favourite Rusky Ivan's here, and
Sorry.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
What's going on with the Krakens? What's happening? What?
That's what I was saying. It just went crazy for a second. That column of cavalry then actually was light horse when they were giving Israel back to Israel.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Lovely. There's a question here from Mustafa. He said that he's got a question. He can do the push-ups and sit-ups, but I'm not sure what to do about my fitness because I work usually 10 hours a day, 10-hour days, 6 days a week. What should I do? Sorry, I'm a losty. He said that.
Mustafa, what you got to do is you just got to make it work. You got to Elon Musk this shit. You need to get out there like Carl P does, spends his roof on the TP, you know, standing on roofs, and you've got to make that time. You've got to find that time, you know, because one thing about the military is when you come back into the fire base or you come back into the base or after activities into a patrol harbour, there is no excuses. You've got to find a way to win. That's why we want resourceful people, because you might be the first person, Mustafa, that is where a threat force or a situation or a dilemma, be it civilian, threat, natural, man-made or combination of, where you're the first person where the rubber meets the road and you have to make a decisive decision right there despite the fact it may be above your rank grade. So find a way, mate. That's what makes special forces special. They find a way.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Oliver Parker says, if I can do better than BFA requirements and can achieve infantry PISA standards, how do you think SINGO will be?
If that's the case, it should be fine. But any extra energy you have when you get to the School of Infantry, okay, will be used up. You will be never on a full charge of your iPhone, so to speak. There is going to be hard lessons that you'll be learning. Okay, can we get some likes while we're here too? We've got almost none so far. We're going to be asking things of you. You might think, okay, I'm fine, but what are you going to be like when you've got body armor on? Okay, when you've got webbing on, when you've got a Mag 58 or a Minimi and 800 rounds in your pouches, and you're wet, and you've got a twisted ankle, you know, maybe a runny ass as well, you know, and you're thinking, shit, is this really what I want? This is a lot harder than I thought. That's why we always say to people, be very careful what you want when you ask for special forces before you know what it's like to be regular infantry, which is hard as hell.
Right. Yeah. I have a question for you here.
Yes. Preguntas, as they say in Spanish.
All right. And Lachlan swears it's a serious question. I did check first.
That's okay.
Lachlan wants to know, do we get to drive a tank in Kapooka or is that in Singleton?
That's never.
Sorry to laugh, Lachlan. It just sounded funny.
Mate, unless you go to Armoured Corps, mate, you won't be able to be driving a tank, mate.
And I imagine they don't just let anyone hop in and have a crack, and it's not like everybody gets to drive tanks.
As a matter of fact, the only vehicle you may get in the entire time you're at Kapooka is either a bus, okay, or a taxi. No, probably only a bus. Huh.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. What are we up to? Sorry, that just threw me off.
I wonder who is gonna quit, but someone's gonna quit in the platoon that starts tomorrow. Someone's gonna quit, and it's gonna be in the first week. And then everyone that's from this channel is going to go, they go, you think this is funny? They go, no, I just knew it was going to happen.
Hey, Tyson's here. Tyson, we had Grace here before.
Tyson's off tomorrow.
Yeah, he said his team made the enlistment last night of freedom.
That's right. So he's in the hotel right now about to defile that carpet.
Well, we've already spoken to your missus tonight, all right, Tyson? We were having a chat earlier.
And I tell you what, mate, you're not going to be a walker much longer. You're going to be a goddamn runner. You're going to eat the whole bag. I can't wait to hear from you sometime soon where we can hear who was the first to quit, and it better not be you because your missus is watching now and she doesn't like quitters.
Yeah, exactly. Do it for Grace.
Yeah, that's a beautiful name too, Grace.
Oh, get the book out.
I've got it.
Okay, because here's a great one.
Yes?
Judged Cello.
That's a good name.
Hi, Lauren, and hello, Chad. I have got my enlistment date for the 26th of April.
That's the day after Anzac Day.
Yep. Going in as infantry. He wants to know if anyone else is in the book for that date.
No, there's not. You're all by yourself, son.
Oh, but great time to go in.
It is. 26th of April. Okay, what's his name? Sorry?
Oh, that was Judged Cello.
Judged Cello. I love that instrument.
Yeah, I wonder why he's being judged.
Judge. What an amazing way to go in. The day after Anzac Day, the moment of, which is also Kaz's birthday, by the way. I turned 50 on that day. Hold up the bat, Kaz. Well done. Don't take your feet off the ground. It's such an amazing time because if they reopen the War Memorial for you, which is something you normally do at Kapooka, you go for a day trip to the Australian War Memorial, which is amazing. You'll go there and you'll actually see the people that have been killed in the last 10 years on the wall of remembrance. And it really brings home the fact that they had all stood exactly where you're standing, looking at a wall going, look at these poor men and souls that were lost. Not realising they were going to be on the wall themselves. This is a real deal, team. I want you to remember one thing. Don't let it worry you. But this is the real deal. You're joining the military. There is not a person on earth can tell you where your fate is going to take you. But you are putting your enlistment down, your name on a contract that includes up to everything, including your life. And you're swearing on your name and your family name. So make sure you take it very seriously. The training you do today might save someone else tomorrow. Or the person beside you who's doing their training, if they take it seriously, might be saving you one day. That is why we don't want any degrading of standards. Because when standards drop, that means you start to doubt the front tyre. Can I lean into the corner? Will they have my back if I fall? The last thing you want to do is be nervous that your own team is not up to the standard. It's not like the movies where the helicopters land on the incident site and get you out of there. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, exactly. I'm with Mustafa. He said you look 30, nothing near 50. It's that head of hair you've got.
It is a mane. It's yes. I wear aggressive colours.
Yeah. Luscious. Okay. Here's a question. From Satan's finest. Do you know anything about what the day-to-day life of a communication systems operator would involve?
Well, that's someone in Signals Corps. Okay, Signals Corps are fantastic, a fantastic bunch of guys. They'll be working out of Watsonia down in Victoria, where they do their IET training after they've completed Kapooka and they haven't quit. From there, they'll go to units all around Australia. Okay, signal squadrons. You know, I still recommend Townsville. Everyone, I recommend Townsville. You know, for many, many reasons, and I speak about that at nauseum. But basically what will occur is you'll be in a detachment of 1 to 3 people, which will have a vehicle that is dedicated to you, which you're responsible for that vehicle, or the fit out of all the radios within, the operation of all of the radios in, the powering of that through generators, okay, the camouflage of that through the netting, okay, and maintenance of that vehicle. So, and also the security of that vehicle. And you will set up different antennas, whether they be UHF, VHF, UHF, you know, or satellite link. You know, you will have all of those responsibilities where there's going to be a myriad of ages in a small team environment, which is part of the C3, which is command, control, and communications. They're essential for everyone. It's a very serious role. And PT is normally taken very serious by those guys too. They usually do really well in cross countries.
Ethan is here.
Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, he said, Casmate is at the Mantra Hotel now, leaving for Kapooka 7:30 tomorrow.
Oh yeah, no time to get a cup of coffee. So you're literally getting paid as of now.
Yeah, exciting. What's your last meal?
So you're going to get paid until the day you quit. Yeah, what was the food like at the Mantra? Can you get Manta at the Mantra? Yeah. Sad sober cobra. Go. Oh, good morning, team. Okay, there he is. My name is Corporal Tomlinson, and today I'll be taking you through today's PT session, being strength. It's I love that. Has anyone got any injuries or reason why they can't participate to the maximum today? No. Yep. Okay, that guy there. What's wrong? I'm really sore. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You ready to keep going?
Yes, please.
Okay, Jimmy B, Kaz, if I'm looking to go Air Force, do I still train to be Army fit? It's what I'm aiming at, yet I was told by a recruiter that the Navy and Air Force do push-ups and sit-ups at a cadence where Army don't.
Look, I believe everyone should do cadence PT, cadence push-ups, because then it's easier to keep them up there, to be able to watch people's form. But there is not the physical PT standards levels that the Army has. You're far below that. In saying that, there is a requirement for Army, Air Force or Navy not to look at the scores, but just to be the fittest version that they can maintain at job role. Okay, so all of those scores is to give you a metric that you can work off. When you superimpose that over your diagnostic scores that you can actually achieve, okay, that tells you where you're at. So don't look at those scores. You're going to have PT sessions within Air Force that will probably be very, very hard. Okay, but probably just nowhere near as many as what you're going to get in the Army. Just like there's a bell curve in the army where if you're clerical or work in logistics, it's not going to be anywhere near as hard as what it's going to be if you work in infantry. That's fine. We kind of choose our job. We know what our fate is, and we've got to be careful what we ask for because you'll get it. Pardon me.
Right. Are you ready?
Tyson got lamb.
Yeah, you had lamb roast and cheesecake. That's a pretty good last meal.
In saying that, that food that went into your guts then, Tyson, you've done that in a normal place, but that's going to come out in a Kapooka toilet.
Oh, come on now, dude. Come on.
We're being legit. Can I say one other thing here?
Yeah.
What I'd recommend to everyone that is joining the army tomorrow, and for anyone that's going to join soon, is to do a video diary for yourself before you actually go. You're about to talk to yourself from a civilian to a soldier, back to a civilian. So leave yourself a message. Tell yourself, by the time you're looking at this, chances are you've already seen someone quit, like Kaz said. Who was it? Was it you? Talk to yourself in the third tense. Say, this is the reason why I'm doing it. You wanted to do this. Other people have waited 4 years to be in the position you're in now. Have a laugh at yourself. Look in the mirror. You've lost weight already. Now, who's your best friend right now? You know, who do you despise in the platoon? Who's the best section commander? You know, have I made a mistake? Have I rung me mum? Have I written my grandma a letter? You know, all of these things. You know, it seems a bit dicky, but I think it's a nice thing to do for yourself.
I think so too. Okay, Giuliano has a question. He said, "Hey, Cousin Lauren, can you get away with calling a corporal or sergeant sir at Kapooka?"
No. Because one of the very first things they're going to teach you is the rank system. Remember, 1, you call it corporal. 2, you call it corporal. 3, you call it sergeant. And every other thing you call sir. It's that easy. If it's got more than 3, it's sir. That's easy.
Fair enough. Hey, Steve's here. Hi, it's Bryce.
Hey, the veteran himself.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, the dude says, "Hey, Kaz, planning to discharge after 8.5 years of service into New South Wales Health as a safety advisor pending application.
Okay.
I will stay until I secure full-time civilian employment. It's been fun. Time to move on."
That's awesome, mate. And if you ever want to reach out and have a conversation, mate, let us know. And we'll have a conversation and we'll just talk about basically hobby creation, because that's going to get you through that space of not just not being part of the military anymore, but by the fact that you've now moved from where you were back into civilian land where you may not have anyone of your network that lives nearby, and the phone calls will get less and less and less. And then you'll be going, that life just disappeared. What do I do now? Hobbies. Have interests, engage in them, you know, maintain the fitness, you know, and a little bit less drinking, and you'll be fine.
Yep, that's right.
And thank you for your service, mate.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, Sad Sober Cobra says, "If you have a PM101, I don't know what that is,
Neither do I.
feel generally unwell or had inoculations in the last 24 hours, come to attention and raise your hand on the command." What? Oh, I don't understand what's going on there. I think he's role-playing or something.
Oh, okay.
Sorry to interrupt, Sad Cobra, right? Okay. Jay Hayes, are your kids having more birthdays? He wants you to drink a you really should drink a Pepsi on stream for that.
That's a Pepsi is a filthy brew, and I believe it's I don't know. The fact that it's an imposter's drink as well. It is the fake, not the imposter, the military imposter of soft drinks.
It is. It's the sniper undie wearing cola.
It is. It's the choice of the nonconformist. Yeah. It's the Democrats' brew.
Come on, that's a little hard.
It is a proven fact that if you like Pepsi, that you don't realise your estrogen levels are rising, and you're becoming a feminist. That's what Pepsi does to you. You know.
Okay.
I don't sit on the fence with that one team. I'm a Coca-Cola guy the whole way. Bam.
Except we have seen him drink some Pepsis. Okay, Scorp says, do you get to do anything for your 18th at Kapooka?
No, mate, but one thing that often happens there is your platoon may stand up and start singing happy birthday to you. You know, and in turn, what might happen is you'll either get heckled by all the other platoons or they might join in and sing as well. You could end up with 400 or 500 people singing happy birthday to you.
Yep.
Happy birthday, Helen.
Yeah, here's I've got a couple of questions here. Diesel Dark has said, hello, Kaz, do reserves ever get to go to the War Memorial at Kapooka, or is that only for full-timers?
That's full-time only, mate. I don't think they have the time to take you out of training to drive you that full day there and back. Yeah.
Okay, and Jackson Middleton has said, can you explain the meaning differences of platoon, battalion, section and company?
Absolutely can. Okay, so the smallest autonomous unit is a fire team. There is 2 fire teams of 4 soldiers each in a section. A section is 8 men, okay, and has a section commander, which is 2 stripes. Okay, 1 section. Then there's a platoon. A platoon has 3 sections, because all this is based off an infantry organisation, just like all training areas are. And then from the platoon, there'll be 3 platoons in a company. And a company will have either 4, 3, or 6 platoons that go into a company. Sorry? 3, 4, or 6 companies that go into a battalion. Now, they'll be Alpha Company, Bravo Company, Charlie Company, and we always used to have Delta Company. Not so much anymore. And then we had Support Company and Admin Company. Admin Company has people that aren't even infantry, and they'll be part of the battalion. And then you've got the battalions, which go into the brigades, and we've got 1 area, 2 area, 3 area. Okay, you're going to say 4? No. We've got 5 area. You've got 6 area. Okay, you've got 7 area, and you've got 8, 9 area, which is linked, and that's all part of brigade. And that's 3 brigade, and then you go into, that is just all part of the regiment. Sorry, I just confused myself. Okay, so the bottom one section, 3 of those into a platoon, 3 platoons into a company. Okay, between 3 and 6 companies go into a battalion. Okay, and then battalion is a regiment, and all of those battalions are part of the same regiment, but the brigades are spread out through Australia. All right. Okay.
Yeah, and JP added that a sniper pair is the smallest fighting call sign in the army.
Yeah, but they're also king hitters. They're the guy that hits you at the piss trough.
Inchy tiny, yeah.
And even the snipers, he's not out there by himself like the movies.
No, exactly. He's got a little cobber.
Yep.
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 Okay.
Keeping his golden rivet warm.
Yeah, exactly. Soddy's still saving up for that new car, for that poo brown Volvo he's been dreaming about.
What the hell?
No, he really wants the slab cab. He wants the hearse, but they're
that's right. That's right.
Metal for the poo brown Volvo. Okay, hey, Zane has said, hey Kaz, what's the actual requirements for the infantry? Doesn't it have that on the website?
Look, it does. One, it requires you to be a volunteer, okay, for starters. And other than that, there is a fitness requirement, okay, that far exceeds that of the PFA. And that'd be the BFA level plus. Yeah. But in saying that, you will face brutal PT in a world that you haven't lived in before you get there, that doesn't stop and doesn't wait, despite the fact that you may have DOMS, which is delayed onset muscle soreness. What I do recommend, thoroughly recommend, is when no one's watching you at Kapooka, do push-ups in your room. The reason why you do that is to keep your muscular endurance activated, okay, because what's going to happen if you don't and your muscles get a little bit sloppy, if they're used to working hard, is when you get to the School of Infantry and you've got to go through that again, that delayed onset muscle soreness is going to get in and you'll be sore for days in your chest, in your back, okay, in your arms, etc. So just do what you can to keep that activated and you'll be fine.
Okay, Dylan Kidman's got a funny story. He said he had his 21st birthday at Kapooka, and his brother sent him a card with it full of glitter. So when he opened it, the glitter flew out everywhere, and then he was cleaning it for 3 hours.
And the reason why he says that, and Dylan, good to see you, mate. He's in the Netherlands at the moment.
Yeah, always good to see Dylan.
Dylan's a good guy, and yes, he is related to Nicole Kidman. The reason why they say that is because you have to open all mail in front of the staff. There is no privacy with your mail. It all gets opened. Yep. So take that into account. If you're going to get something black that keeps your bum company, you know, then it's going to come out in front of everyone.
Okay, Tyson's off. He's going to go and relax, and we'll see you when we see you, Tyson.
Tyson, next time we speak to you, you're going to know exactly who quit.
Exactly. It won't be Tyson, though.
When your name is Tyson, you're not allowed to quit. It's going to be funny. Make sure you like before you get out of here, Tyson. I can't wait to hear the stories. And I want you to keep a list of the quitters. They'll all try to say, oh, it was because of this, it was because of that. But at the end of the day, you've already been tested for IQ. You've already been tested for problem-solving capability. You've been tested medically. You've been tested psychologically. You have been tested physically. The only way you can fail, and I stand by this, is by quitting or an act of God occurring.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do it.
Yeah, you can do it. And tell the lovely Grace she's welcome here whenever she likes.
She is. She's welcome.
Yeah. Okay, Diesel Duck wants to know, hello Kaz, what happened to 4RAR?
4AR, I was actually part of 4AR when it was part of the 2nd 4th Battalion, when that was linked together. And then in 1994, it split up when we started to go Unimir 1 and Unimir 2 to Rwanda. And then 4AR went to Sydney and actually became the pot in which the 2nd Commando Regiment grew from. So it was 4AR, and then it lost its infantry title and was taken up with the 2nd Commando Regiment. Okay, and there's also the 1st Commando Regiment, which is Army Reserve. And 4AR just went back into the cupboard. So when they pull that back out of the closet, they won't be sailors. Okay, they'll be a battalion again, but they have to be re-raised, so to speak. It's not uncommon. It used to happen even in Rome. Okay.
Yeah, and Ethan is off as well.
Ethan?
Yeah, he's going too soon, so we'll miss you, but we'll see you when we see you.
We want to know who the quitters are. It better not be Ethan. It better not be Tyson.
Exactly.
If it is this young lass here, that feminist down there with the red hair, she's going to be under your bed for the rest of your life. Yeah, reminding you.
Jeez, I hope not. You'd never get to sleep. She'd just be moaning the whole time.
Look at it. Anyway, Emma Watson, the world's biggest feminist, but is going out with a rugby captain. Yeah. Oh, can I live in two worlds? Can I get the hunky guy, but also... Yeah.
Maybe he's a feminist too.
I doubt it. Hey, Diesel Duck was just saying Angus Campbell's been sacked.
When? Just now?
I don't know.
That's a fake news. Let me just have a look. You talk amongst yourself for a minute.
I wonder if he has stood down. Well, he used to be my boss. Message Kaz about the Fitbit this week. Yeah, good on you, mate. Because I want you to get it. I want you to activate it. I want you to use it. Bug Duck, how often do they run the reserve courses at Kapooka? I'm not actually sure how often they run them. And you don't get to have your uniform, etc., until you actually go to Kapooka, because they can't afford for reservists to be out in uniform, not knowing how to wear it, addressing the public in open areas, giving the military a bad name. So, yeah, if you're going to join the Army Reserve, have a planning date which you can do Kapooka as soon as possible. You'll get your training done, and then from there, IT training will be done. But after Kapooka, that's when you will get your uniform, because then you'll be a general service Australian soldier or an all-corps Australian soldier. And you'll be able to do other training after that. To be fair, he did 2 to be fair, he did some dumb stuff recently. Absolutely. Guys and gals, I want to explain something to you quickly. Whenever you embrace the left or identity politics, you might win a couple of battles for a very short period of time, but overall, no one comes out of there unscathed. Don't go all the way to the right. Don't go all the way to the left. Be conservative. Be in the centre. Don't tell people what they can and can't say. Just live. Don't affect others. Be the best version of you, and you can't go wrong.
Yeah. Diesel Duck, where did you see that news? Where did you see that? Because I can't see it anywhere. So if you could just let me know where you saw that.
Yeah.
So we can confirm it. Okay. Kaz, Jimmy B, which is James, actually. Okay.
Hello, James.
Jimmy now.
Jimmy Choo.
Is part. Oh, I love them shoes. Is part of being a sporting team or community service necessary for the formal interview OSB? It's been a while for me, but I do keep myself fit.
You don't have to be part of a sporting team, but if you've been part of a sporting team, you can say, yes, I've been one. And it's not hard to lie and say, as a matter of fact, I was the captain. I was the captain of the team that came last 7 years in a row. that might not motivate. No, you don't have to be part of a team. As long as you played team sports, they get sort of a hint that it's, okay, so you are a team member, a team player. Where were you within that team? What was the sport you played? Are you an academic? Or do you have physicality? Because you can't be just uber intelligent, but unable to work with others, so to speak. Officers it's very social,
Yeah. Your boy said he's going to be spending his birthday at Kapooka. When are you going? Are you in the book? You should let us know when you're going so we can put you in our book.
Yep, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed already.
Yep, indeed. I'm a bit lost. Where am I up to? Oh, Tasmanian Devil wants to know what's the plan with the merch, Kaz.
Well, the merch is on it's on the back burner because this is something that was funny. Mr. Buckaroony today created some bags, and they were to go to foster children. So when the little kids hope in a bag, okay, with his lovely lady, Roz, they created these bags to go to kids. So when the kids go to their foster parents, they actually have some dignity. They have a bag, they have their own towel, they have their own possessions that are actually theirs. And people actually got into him that he wasn't going through Australian made. And you're going, Australian made is the most expensive in everything we do. Now, I'll give you an example. Not that I'm part of Teesprings over in USA, but USA, North America is bigger than Australia. But any shirt that someone gets print on demand over there, the postage is free. In Australia, you're paying $10 minimum per article that you send to someone, added on to a cost, which is normally, Lauren knows a lot more about this than I do.
Yeah, there's no way for us to keep the costs down for you, which is really quite frustrating.
So the reason we don't have it is we don't want you to feel like you're being ripped off.
Exactly, and they can be really expensive, and it's the shipping that gets you.
Yep.
It's
These shirts were $50 each.
Yeah, they are expensive. Exactly. Okay. Where am I up to? Sorry, I did have one.
Okay.
I had a question.
We've got 7 minutes left, team, to say good.
Just repeat your questions, guys. Okay, John Deere has said, honestly, why is bed making and ironing your clothes so important?
I'll explain that to you. Because it's got nothing to do with what the activity is. It's got to do with you, okay, doing a mutual activity with someone you've never met that forces you like that to have to work together in a minimum amount of time in a role that cannot be met. That makes you start to work together, communicate, come out of your shell. If you didn't have things like this, then what would occur is people would get up, ignore their mate, just going through the motions, go jack, You know, this forces people that wouldn't normally get along to do that. Yep.
And it's about discipline and that, isn't it?
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
It seems strange, but it's teaching you integrity and discipline.
And as for uniforms, customs and traditions, you know, it's imperative that your uniform always looks like it's good to go, because you're representing everyone, including the Anzacs, when you wear it, your uniform. And one of the real regrets I have of my military career is quite often my uniform was nowhere near at the standard that it should have been. You know, it was either crinkled up or it had been in the dryer but not long enough, etc., because you were going to work and then running around in it, sweating in it, Townsville, operating in it, sort of thing. And sometimes I took that for granted, the honour of being able to wear that Australian uniform. Don't do that. Always make sure you do the right thing, and people remember your dress and bearing is up there. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, do you want another one?
Of course. I want the whole bag.
You can have the whole bag. Two First Names has asked, hey Kaz, what is the process if you're lucky enough to get transferred from reserves to full-time army? I understand it's not something that the army lets happen often, and you need a good Kaz to do so.
Well, you need a good reason to do so, because I'll say, why didn't you do that initially? You know, the army doesn't like people who try before they buy. They don't like, they like to know that everyone has done exactly the same training as them, that you have passed at the same level as them, that there's not somewhere where you've done a jump the queue by using Army Reserve to get past the harder stages and then slid in, okay, like in a Tour de France sort of race, especially if you have done Army Reserve infantry instead of regular infantry, which is a massive divide. Okay, so if you're going to do it because there was a reason which meant that you could not be in the regular army at a stage, and then you were in the Army Reserve for a significant amount of time before you did the changeover, or alternately be prepared to go back and start from the start, which they're not going to make you do, because now it's geared around money, you know, and the cost of training and the medals that you're qualified in, etc. So, yeah.
I have one more question.
Okay.
Okay, Tassie Devil shares this question with you. Are we going to get the infamous garlic sauce recipe at 10,000 subs?
Well, that's not too far away. I can't see why not, because I made it actually yesterday.
Yum. Light on the garlic so you can slam it down fast.
That's right, so you can keep the ladies away for weeks. Basically, the reason why I don't is, can we get some thumbs up here, any blokes that live by themselves or live with just other blokes? When there's not a lady in the house or ever visits the house, guys tend to go back to what their tribalism is, and that's, you know, trying to dig a hole in the lounge with their ass. You know, there's always, I don't know, I want it to look like a clean place, I guess. So when I move into the other establishment, okay, from there I can do the cooking. You know, but I've got more crap than 3 relationships here. You know, and basically that's another bit of advice I'd give to people that join the military now, is do not acquire crap. Minimalize. Minimize. Live in a minimalistic way, so that you can move at a moment's notice without having 500 boxes of crap that you look at and go, why did I ever, you know, consider you to be something I needed to purchase in the first place? And Lauren can probably attest to that.
Yeah, it's true. It doesn't take you long to accumulate stuff. BBA says, hey guys, he's off to Kapooka tomorrow. Thanks for all the videos with endless amounts of advice. Thank you for your company, BBAs.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Awesome. And if you're going for regular army or Army Reserve, it's just as serious as each other. Go in there, make a friend, shake a hand, you know, give that pledge. Watch that video that I put out before on how to successfully get through Kapooka as a team. And that, I mean that from an Army Reserve and a regular army, and Navy and Air Force. Go in there and be a winning franchise, and you'll be proud of not just your achievement, but of your conduct as a team. You know, people are pretty remarkable when they work together.
Yeah, they are. They are. Nitro Fee's minimalism level is over 9,000. That's a little joke. Did you like that? Did you see that?
Why would you have two shoes?
Yeah. Because I like to clean, so it's good to have space. I like to have space around me. It's good for your brain.
Do you reckon, Carl, do you ever go with minimalism when it goes down, when it comes to roof tiling? Do you give them less is more?
I didn't want to talk about roofs or ceilings and that today.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Jimmy B.
Yeah, exactly.
What's in your presser saying down the bottom?
Hey, Kaz, did my assessment session last Friday and got through for both infantry and ADG.
That's like the dead Indian. That's Agi.
Oh, right, okay. Thank you for all of your videos and advice. You've played a big part in mine and many others' parts. Thank you.
Presser, that's fine, mate. I just want you to be honest with you. Lead your life, live your life, and have a great time. You know, and occasionally keep your ears open to those with good ideas for you, mate. And never be the one that quits and finish everything you start. And before you know it, you've made a legacy. And there you go.
Oh, have you got the book? We got one more to put in the book.
Let's put it in. Let's open the books.
Marcus Richo.
That's a good name.
Yeah, he said, hey Kaz, been a fan for a while now. Just like to say thanks for putting out the content and keeping me pumped. I'm joining on the 6th of April. How many others do we have that are joining them?
Oh, well, Marcus, there actually is some others. There is HL. Okay, there's also Matty Doug. And there's also Marcus that is going in. What's your last name, sir? Marcus
Richo.
Marcus Richo. So that's you three going together. And then again, we'll be asking you, who will be first to quit? You know?
Yeah, not you guys. It won't be you guys because you couldn't be more prepared.
Yeah, we've only had one person that I know of that's quit from our channel.
That's not bad considering the amount of folk that go in.
Yeah.
And there's PK. Hi, PK.
PK, father of AK.
Mm-hmm.
His son's in the military, you know, and his son still loves the military, and PK loves his son loving the military.
Yeah, and we love PK loving his son loving the military.
It's my favourite chewy.
Yeah, exactly. No, we're dead proud of it, AK.
Do you carry two barrels when carrying Minimite? Yes, you do. You do carry two barrels. One is on the weapon, and you have a spare barrel. The same as the Maximi, the same as a Mag 58. And if you're carrying a Mag 58 as part of, or a 50 caliber machine gun, as part of a direct fire support weapons team, then you will have, for sustained fire, you'll have at least 4 barrels. Yeah. Quick Kapooka. Desert Wolf. Yeah, mate. Yep. Every single platoon that goes through Kapooka, at least one person quits. That's just one of those mathematical phenomenons.
Yeah. And indeed, please leave a thumbs up. You'll see some little thumbs just below the screen. If you click a thumbs up, we greatly appreciate it, and we know that you're enjoying the content.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and click Kaz's bell for notifications of all his future uploads. Consider joining the Patreon so you can get access to one-on-one conversations with Kaz.
Wait 2 seconds. Wait 2 seconds. Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Hello, darling. How you doing?
Good.
You don't sound good. Are you tired?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want? Do you want to do an adventure tomorrow before school?
Okay. What do you mean?
We'll go walking through the shopping centre, and you can tell me where you want to go in the afternoon.
No, I don't want to. In the afternoon, Granddad's coming.
Oh, shit. He is too. Okay. Maybe we can watch some Sniper Wolf in the morning. Or some scary animated stories.
Yeah, sure.
I love you. I missed you today.
Yeah.
And Achilles got his needle, and he screamed, but he's going to be okay.
Did you hold him?
I held him, and then the nurse had to take him off me. She was beautiful too. She had to take him off me and take him out the back where I wouldn't get upset watching him screaming. And then do you know what happened?
What?
He didn't scream. Only when I held him. The
Because you squeeze him.
No, the needle wasn't even sticking into him. And he was squealing. Absolutely squealing like a Democrat. The lady even said, "We haven't even put the needle in him yet." And he was squealing. Okay, beautiful. I can tell you're so tired. Go to sleep, darling.
Okay, love you, bye.
Hillary Clinton's under your bed. Good night. I love you. Bye. You there, Lauren? I got to tell you, team, it's the best thing in the world being a parent, but it's so goddamn tiring.
Hello?
Sorry, did I accidentally hang up on you?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. I never worry about that stuff. Sorry to just chuck you straight in the deep end here. Matt Doug said that we missed someone called Gaspo who said he's going on the 6th of April.
Gaspo?
Yeah.
He must have been here for long. Did he come on and go, "I'm going 6th of April, see you later, bye"?
Bye. Ciao.
Well, when he comes up next, we'll put him in the book.
Yeah, exactly, because I didn't see him, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Thanks, Jimmy B. Mate,
Yeah.
just this might sound a little bit deep to you when you're a little bit younger, but just remember this: when you're watching the TV and you're hearing people about saying, "I never want kids," that's fine. Most people that haven't got kids don't necessarily think about children like that. But Lauren and I were talking about this before, and you are the result of more than 10,000 years of what should be impossible, that you even exist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yet here you are.
Yeah.
If you never have children, that's okay. But it does mean that you've extinguished, the tribe has spoken, your fire.
Yeah.
There's nothing more beautiful than having something that's bigger than yourself to give to. And further on in the track, take your time. But it is a great feeling, isn't it, Lauren?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Sometimes I sit there and wonder how many descendants I'll have.
Yeah. And Lauren, which one are you and I? They say that every 3 generations, someone creates wealth, but then someone loses all the wealth of the family.
Oh, sheesh. I think I've just been pretty stable.
Well,
I don't know.
what about you, Stickman? Are you the guy that's making the wealth or the one that spent the wealth of your generations?
What about you?
Me? I'm trying to make the wealth at the moment, but I've also spent a few fortunes during my lifetime as well.
Right. Is that true? I wonder if that's true.
Yeah, it's something like that. Big fella's here. You can't go past a name like Big Fella.
Yeah, it's a great name, and I love his Australian flag, little avatar there too.
Yeah.
It says all.
I can't read that properly. What's the sworn defender?
One defender says, Kaz, I've got a 3-year-old boy. Kid's energy level is through the roof. Tired is a permanent part of my life. Oh yeah, it gets better though.
Look, you get tired to the bone, and you know what happens there, sworn defender? You end up saying yes one night over a rose, a wine, and a candle, and all of a sudden you get told the next day, your life's about to change forever and you're going to be happy about it. Look, and it's twins. And then the fatigue starts again.
Yeah, look, I've got, my youngest now is 14. So, my eldest is on her way to 30. So it's been interesting. It does get better as they get older. You can reason with them more than you can reason with a preschooler.
But you do feel like as soon as you find out your partner's pregnant, you feel like someone has crept up your ass and replaced an Apple battery with a Nokia battery
Oh, really?
And it just gets stuck on one bar for the rest of your life. You look like you've had a stroke, just.
I'm sure I'm still just catching up on sleep from when my babies were babies. That's what you get for having sex.
I've been jealous of people in comas. You get to sleep all day. Hey, Kaz, did you take that photo in the background? Nah, mate, nah. Basically, just so you know, there, Lukey, I've been to a fair few of the Oath of Affirmation, the enlistment ceremonies that people go through here in Sydney. Okay, but I'm starting to steer away with putting the photos up, because what I don't want to do is put people in a position where they are compromised, okay, by their photos now being on social media, not by bad people, but by the military media team themselves. So what I do now, I go on and I grab them off Google that are already up there. That way I can say, hey, fair use, there you go. That was a really big intake, but really big.
Steve was just saying how much he loves Chicken Booster. That's his favourite.
Oh, it tastes like chicken.
He doesn't think so.
MSG,
Yeah. Carl Budd says he's at a hotel and going tomorrow.
What? Who's that?
Kyle Budd.
Kyle Budd.
Yep.
And what did you have for your last meal? Did you have the goulash as well that's going to come out in a Kapooka toilet?
Why does it always come to
Yeah, Kyle Budd. Yeah, we've got Kyle here. Kyle, did you know, okay, get ready to say after me. We've got Jetty Boy, Tyson Walker, BB Ace, Kyle Budd, that's you, Bud. We've got Freeze, we've got Nicholas1234, we've got Mitch, known as Much in New Zealand. We've got Ethleon, the Lion. I believe that we may also have Chris Pavlos there. Also Aaron, Rod, Brad, Emma, Good Camo, and Nathan, if I've got those in the right order. They all might be around the same hotel as you, going to be on the same bus as you.
Yep.
And you're going to track who's going to quit tomorrow.
Yep.
Someone's going to quit in the first week.
Yep. They're regular in the trenches.
They are.
They're folk who are here every stream, so
You're in Kaz's trench.
How many people can you fit in your trench?
Look, I would suggest to those people, you know what, I'm going to stay on there a little bit longer, Lauren. The reason why I say it is this is the very last day that there's a whole bunch of people in a hotel right now are ever going to have as a civilian again. They're not a civilian now. They've done oath of information. They're being paid.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, I'm really impressed for them. And everything's going to change tomorrow. But you know what? Although you've got the responsibility to do what you're told, you don't have to think at all. You go there. If they say do this, you do that. If they say eat a Brussels sprout, why? Okay. No, you eat the Brussels sprout. You eat the wagon wheel. You're going to get told and taught how to do everything. There's going to be so many little victories. When you fail, they're going to pick you up. They're going to reteach you, pat you on the ass. Not actually touch you on the ass. And then you're going to go on from there. You know, you could have a friend for life from the people you're going to remember from tomorrow. You'll remember them for the rest of your life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. You know, I love wagon wheels and Brussels sprouts.
I do love the wagon wheel.
Yeah. Do you remember, I think they were bigger when we were kids.
Absolutely, they were. Just like the manager tried to tell me at McDonald's the other day that who's nearly 30 years younger than me, the Big Mac has always been this size.
Oh, no,
and I'm like, it actually should be called the fucking small Mac. I said that because it's after 8:30 and kids are in bed.
Yeah, that's fine. They're all in bed. Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, it's like wagon wheels. I remember they were like nearly as big as your head. They were big.
Not that big.
Well, they were big as your face.
They weren't big. Not if you're.
I was only a little girl.
Not if you're Kim Jong Un. His face is like a bin lid. I saw a video today, team, that made me cringe. Just absolutely cringe.
Okay.
It was Jameson's Travels, and it was the 10 weakest armies in the world. Imagine being proud to be part of the weakest army in the world. You'd go, I don't know if I really want to go and fight.
Yikes.
That's right, Jay Hayes. The Brussels sprout is just the midget cabbage.
Yeah. Chongo.
Chongo.
You're cracking, Chongo.
He's going to get the whole bag. He's going to get both. Look, overlaying.
I accept. Feed him a mother-in-law.
The
That should
mother-in-law
make
wouldn't
him
taste
happy.
good either.
Welcome, calamari.
And guess what happens in the next day or so, Lauren?
What?
Wednesday, I actually meet up with Jordan, a bridge over Jordan,
Yeah.
and buy the van.
Oh, yeah. So exciting.
2 days from now, team, the van. I don't get it for months, okay? Because they're selling so many. A lot of it because of COVID, I believe. You know, it's just taken off in Australia, this camping, four-wheel driving lifestyle choice for people now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But, you know, why wouldn't we? Do you remember the Yumbo from Hungry Jacks?
I don't remember that.
Man, they were just like ham and cheese delights.
That sounds good. The Son of Mac is one of the best things that was ever created. Can we get some thumbs up there, preferably not 3 for Chongo? Some hands of colour are fine. The Keeper of Hounds is all over it.
You know what to do. PK said that Kaz in AK's platoon, 49 started and 34 finished.
Yep.
And they marked out in Kapooka winter.
And that winter, it does feel like divorce. Overflowing stage 3 pit with water. It's been a while, mate. He's in his infantry battalion now. Fantastic, mate. Look, life is good, mate. You know, there's no point in whinging. You know, there's burns victims out there. There's a lovely lady that I was talking about Lauren with. Do we know what her name was, Lauren?
Which lady?
The young lass in palliative care. Oh, no, it wasn't you. It was
Wasn't me.
my friend Teresa last night was talking to me, sorry.
Yeah, you're dreaming.
And she knows a girl who's 27 years old in palliative care. She's just been put in there and has only got days to live.
That's so young.
My heart was just hurting to think from a parent's point of view, or some of you guys, you know, are around that 27 years of age.
Yeah.
It's so young.
Yeah.
You know, it's so young. And you think, you know, we've got people complaining about the world. Well, we've got people like yourselves going, I can do it harder, leaning in, getting ready to go into the military.
Exactly, and that's why they're such stellar people.
Yeah, I love it. And I'm stoked for your adventure. And don't listen to anything you hear about the politics that is happening in Australian Army, because I'll tell you what, it's happening in every single Western Army. It's happening in every single country on earth that lives with plenty.
Yeah, exactly. It's happening in most institutions.
Absolutely. It's happening in trades. It's happening in STEM. It's happening in teaching. It's happening in the fitness industry. It's happening in astronauts.
Yeah, right. Great.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't mind quota in my sex life. That's fine. I prefer a quota of women to be in that.
Yeah.
But I'll always be the only man.
Well, do you have a quota? I was just going to ask.
I am the quota for men.
Right, okay, I see. Right, you're the minority. Okay. Okay, John Stanich has just decided to enlighten us on wagon wheels.
Wow.
There was 2 sizes of Weston's wagon wheels. The large without the jam. Are you sure they didn't? Yeah, maybe they didn't have jam. The smaller with the jam. The biggest, roundest, chocolate-coated biscuit this side of breakfast.
Eat the wagon wheel.
Yeah, I actually really like that.
It used to be a saying that you could say to people when something happened in their life that sucked. Yeah, well, it's time to eat the wagon wheel, mate.
Yeah.
And remember the kids that used to have the dirt on their face? Bite the dust, here she comes again.
Yeah. Yeah. Good night, drunk Aussie. Good
Yeah.
night, Bryce. Enjoy your Booster or whatever it's called.
Guys and gals, remember, you choose the topics here. You know, we can talk about any topic. If you keep bringing it back to military, we'll keep talking about military. You know, if this is your first time at the stream, it is great to have you here. You know, we talk about the subject. Okay, who's going to quit? Okay, 8 platoon are going to Kapooka tomorrow. We get that. They're here right now watching, a lot of them. Fantastic. Thumbs up, but not 3. And a cracking in their face.
You still got the book there?
Yeah, I've still got the book here.
Okay, Tim Emblen said, "Hey Kaz, mate, hope you're doing well. How often do people go into Kapooka? Because there are people going in tomorrow and I go in next Monday as well. Is there a new set of recruits every week?"
There's about 3 intakes a month, I believe.
Yeah, so Tim Emblen is
Yep.
going in next Monday.
Next Monday, which, yep, okay. Team Emblem. Team Emblem.
Emblen, yeah.
No worries. And guys and gals, we've got videos out there for you guys to have put your name down already. Feel free to always let us know. But there's videos there we can find each other in comments and say, hey, g'day. But all I'd caution is, don't try and make friends with each other prior to actually getting on the bus to go there. The reason being, you know, you might actually form a dislike or an unholy alliance with someone who's not good for you or your progression due to familiarity before the time requires it. So I just caution against that.
Yeah. Hey, Jay, I think it's fabulous that you like Golden Gay Times. I do too, actually.
I like them, but I get rid of that packet real quick.
Whoa, come on now.
Look, I'll be honest with you. I cannot stand a rainbow anymore. You know.
Yeah. Well.
You know, and it's not because I have anything against anyone from any particular background, but I just don't need it rammed down my throat everywhere I go.
Okay, here's a question. Barry Sultan. Hey,
Ooh.
Kaz, want to ask, if I don't get into infantry, is bomb disposal EOD tech good secondary choice?
It's really, really hard. I've got mates in there. It's really, really technical, mate. Now, I'm not sure if you're talking about ammo tech or whether you're talking about engineer, because engineers will have their bomb disposals, okay, that is actively on the ground. Blue wire, red wire, blue, red wire, red wire. I don't know, I'm colourblind, cut one. Or whether you're talking about ammo tech that need to know every single ammunition, the composite, what makes each one of those, what makes it either inert or what makes it active. Does it need an explosion to set off an explosion? Okay, is it C4, which means you can pick it up, kick it around, you can rub it on people's hats and ants eat it too. You know, yeah, it's pretty difficult.
Okay, Ash.
Can I go, sorry, I want to go back to overflowing stage 3 pit.
Oh, okay.
Thoughts on troops in Africa? Will first division deploy us? Mate, I've been keeping a close eye to this, mate, and I believe that you might be talking about Mali here, yeah? That'd be a mistake. Troops going into Mali, okay, and I've said this before, you're not going to cure anything. You're going into an Islamic world with multi-tribe systems, you know, that cannot be fixed. It can't be. Unless you go in there, and the whole point was to go into military aggressively, doing key leadership engagement, you know, cut off an entire area and then bring it in and cut off the snake's head and keep cutting it off until there's only a tail left. The problem with that is, you know, all it means is the next tribe then will fight for dominance again. It's just the circle, the snake that bites its own tail. Nothing wins in Africa, okay? I believe there's a political interest in there, and I don't know what it is, whether it be trade that's happening around Niger and Nigeria, etc. I don't know, but I think it's a mistake, mate.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Ash Hundle has actually been very patient. I've seen him ask this question a couple of times. Hey Kaz, do enlisted soldiers get a chance to be commissioned as an officer? If so, what's the process like?
Normally what would happen is, as a commissioned officer, that means that you have to go back to RMC. Okay? For that to happen, you will have gone to your platoon commander, and he's already going to ask, Why didn't you do that before? They don't like you crossing over. You had your chance, and if you couldn't do it, they'll go, well, our own people said that you weren't what we were looking for officer material. But in saying that, your platoon commander will say his name is Dave D. Okay, and he sees you and you say, look, boss, I would like to be considered for a commissioned officer. Okay, and then it comes down to him watching you for a while and deciding, will I vouch for you? While you actually try to, while you fill out the necessary paperwork and apply to be an officer. Okay, after that, you can actually do like an ASWOC thing when you get to sergeant or above, where you can swap over and become a first-year captain. Okay, and that doesn't matter if you're WO 1, whether you're WO 2, okay, or whether you're a sergeant. You'll go over there and you become a first-year captain. You know, so there's ways to do it. You'll speak to the platoon commander, but they can cut you off anytime they want to go. You don't have the leadership qualities required. That's a long time between now and then for you. But if that's a consideration, let's have another talk about another day. Yeah.
Hey, you got time for a couple more comments?
Yes,
Okay.
as long as you have.
Yeah, I'm okay. Joshua Dennison is going to Kapooka in June. Let us know what date, Joshua, so we can put you in the book.
Is he the Joshua Tree?
Well, he's not like Patrick Starfish. Going to Kapooka in June, I'm so keen. Thanks, Kaz, for all the information. Really helped me get where I need to be.
That's okay, Josh.
Yeah. Good night, Steve.
Is that Stevie Bryce off, is he?
Yeah, he's off. He's got to go.
We need the veteran on that wall.
Yeah, exactly. But he's
See you later, mate. Duty first, brother.
Yeah. Skippy the Bush Kangaroo has asked, in infantry, can he be a dog handler?
No.
Short answer.
Short answer. If you want to be a dog handler, you need to go over and either be engineers, okay, or MPs.
Yep.
Don't go and be an MP.
Amanda hug and kiss is off. Good night.
Amanda hug and kiss. Thank you very much, mate.
Yeah. Good night, PK. Looks like everyone's getting out of here.
Okay, let's call it a wrap there, so that we're not so that the loyal people aren't missing out on anything. Guys and gals, it's fantastic. Let's put some thumbs up in the chat there for 8 Platoon, who are about to commence their journey of a career of a lifetime, following the footsteps of the Anzacs tomorrow. And let's hopefully they can tell us the pseudonym, the nickname of the first person to quit. But it won't be one of our people that live in my trench. And it won't be one of you, because what you're doing now sets you up for success. Not necessarily what I say, but it might be what Lauren says. It might be what Mr. Bryce says. It might be what Mr. Patterson says, or Jay Hayes.
Yep. Or Stoddy and Pat or something.
Could be the medic. Could be Robbie Kent.
Light bulb moment.
Could be Lightfoot. Okay. Could be Daz. Hyundai driver, knowing that there's a whole new fleet. Okay, if Hyundai is about to hit the market. It could be Carl P. He who lives on rooftops with Lionel Richie.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be Kane, but we love our diddly donk anyway.
We do. The Australian Times could be you. Take it easy, guys. Wet the bed. And have a good night. And Lauren, if you'd like to lead us out, let's get out of here. And Jesse Bray, I hope the little one's doing fine. You fists of colour.
Yeah, he said she's going great. Both his ladies are. Well, good night, everybody. I'm glad you all are here. It's so great. I'm so excited for 8 Platoon and everyone else who's got an enlistment date coming up. We are really quite honoured that you come here and that you're part of our community. And we don't ever forget about you, when you go off and you come back. We'll never forget about you, and especially if you're in our little book. So have a great week, and we'll see you on the next stream.
See you, Daz. The Hyundais are coming, bro. See you later. And goodbye, Lauren.
Yeah, good night.
We never say goodbye to each other.
Yeah, well, we do later.
That's true.